Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here. I hope you are all doing well. I am right now. I came down with a little bit of a congestion cold, so my sinuses are feeling full and sore, but that does not mean I'm not gonna ride. I do have to work today, but I'm gonna ride around for a good hour before I actually go into work. So let's see, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about how life can just really kick you in the balls. And I'm not talking a left or a right, I mean both of them, okay? It has been an ordeal so far this year. I gotten a notice from my insurance company that they're going to be making change to my plans, blah blah blah. At least that's the way I took the mail, the letter they sent me. So usually it's we're going to make change to the plans, you don't have to do anything, blah blah blah. So I just stashed it away. Well, no, that wasn't apparently the letter. The letter was more of a, we are doing away with your type of insurance plan, and you need to go talk to your agent and get set up on a new plan. I did not get that off the letter at all. So a couple of months have gone by, and I start getting letters from my mortgage company. And this is a new mortgage company. My old one sold it off to another company, and why they do stuff like that, I have no idea. It just really pisses me off. This is like the third or fourth mortgage company that we've had. We've never refinanced in the past 20 years or anything like that. But they just, they'll just sell it off, saying, no, we don't want this loan anymore. We're not making enough money off of this loan. He's paying his loan bill on time, so we don't have to charge him extra and stuff like that. So we're just going to sell it off. Truthfully, I have no idea why banks do that. I really don't. Anyway, I get this letter from our new mortgage company saying that we don't have hazard insurance. What the hell is hazard insurance? I'm thinking, what is this? Like some thing that they're trying to sell me? It's for, tornadoes and storm damage and stuff like that. Just, something that goes beyond what I already have. And again, I just paid it no mind. It's like, no, I don't want hazard insurance. I got my homeowner's insurance, and that's all I should need. Well, no. That's what they call their homeowner's insurance. They call it hazard insurance. It's like, I've never heard it called that before, ever. So then a couple of months have gone by, and I keep getting that letter from the mortgage company. And I keep on just disregarding it. I don't want the added coverage of what they consider to be hazard insurance. And one day, my wife has a major issue with her car. This car has been dying. She has not taken care of it. She doesn't take it for oil changes, nothing, okay? So basically, in the 8 years that she owned that car, the first 5 years she never changed the oil. And so we paid a bunch of money to fix a bunch of stuff to it, with the exception of actually spending about $7 grand to put in a new used engine. So we started having this major issue, and I don't know exactly what the issue was. It could have just been, you know, a battery thing or something. I don't know. I did replace the battery, and then I got it to start, but of course it doesn't sound right because of all the valve wear and stuff like that. It just knocks like crazy. Anyway, so it's like, okay, I'm going to see about if she wants to get a new car. And she agreed. It's like, yeah, we're not going to dump a whole bunch more money into this car because it's not going to be worth anything. And we were right. When we traded in, the dealership gave us $250. Yeah. It's like, I would like to have gotten at least about $1,000, but $250. But anyway, we go through and we make the financial purchase. She's got a 2019 Chevy Malibu, and we called the insurance company and said, hey, we need to put insurance on our program, drop the insurance for the Altima, and put on this new Malibu. And they're like, okay. And all of a sudden, during this little conversation with the insurance dealer, they go, hey, what happened to your homeowner's insurance? It's like, I don't know, you tell me. What's happened to my homeowner's insurance? Well, I don't see it listed here anymore. What? It should be. You know, we pay our mortgage and everything like that, and that pays the insurance bill. You know, it's all in the escrow of the bill. She goes, well, let me call around and get some verification of what's going on. And that's when we found out that our insurance company dropped us because they were no longer supporting that program, and that they wanted to change the program into something else. But instead of just changing it and signing us up for this new program, they just canceled it and left it. It's like, how stupid is that? You know, even our agent didn't even know what was going on. How screwed up is that? So we're like, okay, well, let's just get ourselves signed up into this new program. Well, it's not that simple, because we have been without insurance now for about 3 months. They have to take it as a whole new customer. It's like, are you shitting me? I have been a customer with this company for what, 40 years? Ever since I could drive. This is the company that I've had insurance with. And now they're telling me that all those years don't matter anymore just because I went without insurance for 3 months. Okay, what do we have to do? Well, we need to go out and inspect the house and make sure that this is up to code and that's up to code and that's up to code. It's like, well, it's a house that was built in 1880. So, you know, the codes back then aren't necessarily what codes are today. And, well, you know, do you have this? Do you have that? And it's like, I don't know. They're asking me what kind of electrical I have. Copper? I don't know what she meant. Well, she's like, well, is it knob and tube? What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Oh my goodness. And she goes, well, can you go downstairs and take a picture of your electrical panel? I go, well, it's, you know, an old fuse style. You know, I don't have breakers, I have fuses. She goes, that's fine. You know, just go downstairs and take a picture of it and take a picture of the wires coming out of it. So I go down there and I take the picture, and there's no wires. It's all encased in conduit. And I I sent her the pictures. I go, you know, I can't send you pictures of the wires because it's all in conduit. And she goes, well, we need to know if it's, you know, this, I think she was saying knob and tube, but I don't, tube and knob, whatever the hell. It's like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what I'm looking for. And then she's like, well, our records indicate that your roof is really old. It's like, yeah, it was re-roofed shortly before we moved in. I think it was about maybe 5 years old. We've lived in the house now for 25 years, so it's about a 30-year-old roof. I go, but I think I was told that it's a 20 or a 50-year-old shingle that they used. Well, that doesn't matter because it's now just too old. You're not even going to send somebody out to inspect the house. You're just going to say it's too old. What the hell is that? So anyway, and then she's like, well, maybe I can get you into the state insurance program thing. It's like, okay, whatever, you know. I don't know what that means. And she signs us up for this program, and I get a letter from this state insurance. Again, don't know what it is. I don't know if it's actually run by the state or if that's the name of the company. I don't know. But then they actually sent somebody to my house, and I got a letter from them stating that they will not insure us because the roof is warping and it has granular loss. It's like, what the hell does that mean? I look at my roof and it's like, that's actually a really good roof. For how old it is, it's a really good roof. And I knew of some other issues that were going to come up. On my garage, I have some siding that has been degrading and rotting, so I need to replace some siding boards. And around my foundation, my foundational walls are like a 2-foot thick limestone. And then they took stucco and made it flat on the outside, so you can't actually see the stone, you just see the stucco. And there are places around the house where that stucco is breaking and cracking and stuff like that. So I knew those two things were going to be an issue. The rotted siding on the garage and the broken stucco. But I really didn't think that the roof was going to be an issue. Everything else I can fix on my own. I can put up, you know, some new cedar siding slats and stuff like that. I can do that. I can fill the stucco on the foundational walls. I could do that. But the roofing, I can't do that. But they're telling me that I have to replace my entire roof on the house, not the garage, because that was just done maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. But the shingles on the house I have to do. So now I've got to talk to all these insurance, or not insurance, but contractors and stuff. Got to talk to them, get their bids and all this other stuff. And oh my God, the bids. I shit you not, the bids are half the price of what we originally paid for the house. It's like, are you kidding me? I don't understand why stuff is that damn expensive. You know, how are people supposed to pay for that? So yeah, that's what my life has been over the past month. I have been so laid out for this roof thing and all these upkeep things that I need to do around the house. I was actually thinking that I might not be able to do the channel. You know, I'm going to be so busy around the house trying to fix stuff. You know, I got to paint the house, I got to fix the foundation, I got to fix the siding. I'm not going to turn there. Going down that way, it's just a little subdivisional thing. Not much to look at. Oh. So, yeah, that's just the way it's been lately. And now I got this sinus congestion cold thing going. So even though it's a little over 50 degrees and stuff, I'm really bundled up. Got my neck protected to help keep the congestion from getting any worse. But I had to get out. I literally have not gotten out in like 2 weeks. And in fact, the Rustic Road video that went up last week was the last video I had pre-made. So now it's like, okay, you know, I need to do this and I need to do it now, otherwise I don't have a video for Wednesday. So this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. Always believe, guys, always believe.